The American R is one of the most difficult sounds in American English. دەنگی PTR یەکێک لە قورسترین دەنگەکانە لە زمانی ئینگلیزی ئەمریکی. Even our own children have difficulty with this sound. ئەم دەنگە سەختە تەنانەت بۆ منداڵەکانی خۆشمان. For example, I could not say the sound of the American R correctly until I was 6 years old. Today, I want to help you pronounce this important sound in the American accent. Vadas bebekain, let's get started. The sound of the American R is very difficult, but it's not impossible. The most important thing for you to focus on is the place of your tongue and the position of your lips. Bo amdanga گرنگترین شت کە ئەبێت تەرکیز بکەیت لەسەری جێ زمان و لێوەکانتە. Let's use a practice phrase. Really boring tiger. This practice phrase uses an R at the beginning of a word, in the middle of a word, and at the end of a word. Try to say this phrase now. Really boring tiger. When many of my students try to say this phrase, they say, really boring tiger. But the sound that we want is really boring tiger. So, what needs to change? First, you need to focus on the front of your tongue. In Kurdish, you have 2 letters for R. For the soft R, the front of your tongue touches the top of your mouth once. For example, in the word brother. Then you have what we call in English the trilled R, where the front of your tongue touches the top of your mouth a few times very quickly. For example, in the word rost. But in the American R, the front of your tongue never touches the top of your mouth. Instead, it stops just before it touches the top of your mouth. Listen to the difference if I make the sound R. If my tongue touches the top of my mouth, it sounds like R. If my tongue doesn't touch the top of my mouth, it sounds like R. The second thing to notice is that the back of your tongue gets wide. The back sides of your tongue should be touching the inside back teeth on the upper part of your mouth. Abe contact habit lanewaan lakani pishti zmanet u dadani sarway u pishti damet. So, the back of your tongue is wide and touching the inside of your upper back teeth. And the front of your tongue is almost touching the top of your mouth. While you are trying to do this, try to keep your tongue relaxed. The third thing to focus on is your lips, lewakanit. For the correct position, make this sound. That is the right position for your lips to make the sound of the American R. So, number 1, the front of your tongue is almost touching the top of your mouth. Number 2, the back of your tongue is wide and touching the insides of your upper back teeth. And 3, your lips are in the position to make the sound. Now, try to make the first word of our practice sentence. Really. Start with the sound and try to get your tongue in position. Really. If you're comfortable with that, add in the word boring. Really boring. Remember to return your mouth and tongue to the correct position before saying each R. Now let's say all 3 words. Really boring tiger. Your sound might sound like this. Really boring tiger. This is normal in the beginning, but you don't want your sound to stay like this. If you sound like this, you should focus on making the sound of your R lighter and more relaxed. Make sure that your tongue is relaxed, even when it is touching your back upper teeth and almost touching the top of your mouth. Really boring tiger. I hope that this has been helpful for you as you work on your American pronunciation. هیوادارم ئەمە باسوود بوو بێت بۆ تۆ بۆ بەژەکردنی ئەمریکیەکەت. ئەگەر بەڵێ تکایە سبسکرایب کە بۆ ئەم چانەڵە. چاوی منی. Until tomorrow, هەتا سبەینێ. خواحافیز.